Welcome, beautiful yogis. Let's practice together. This is an integrative practice where the core that holds the whole body together is a point of focus and how we can move out from that core strength. So we'll start on our backs. The check-in moment as we hug the knees close in, even rock side to side, just this a welcoming moment to yourself, to your body. Closing your eyes and just sensing what's here. Did you navigate a very hot day, a very busy day, stressful day? Whatever kind of day you've had, you'll find that it's somewhere in your body. Simply acknowledging and feeling it. And then letting your feet land to the mat, either extended legs or knees just staying bent, palms rolled open, shoulders falling back, as we take our first inhalation together, breathing in. Keep breathing in, such a big breath, little holding moment, and blow the breath away. As we did, the nose inhales, full breath, a little hold, and blowing the breath away. And one more time, breathing in. The little pause, and breathing out. Bringing now your right knee into your hands, drawing it close to your ribs. And then push it away from your ribs with the inhale. And as we draw the right thigh exhaling in, slide your left leg out on the mat and push through the left heel. Inhaling your right knee away, raise your left leg to vertical. And then as we exhale, the left leg lowers and the right thigh is pulled in close to the chest, squeezing the breath out. Releasing that for inhale, left leg rises. Right knee moves away. Exhale, draw in and lower your left leg. And let's do that twice more. The slowing of your breath, the moving with your breath is all part of bringing us into the body, into here and now. Good. End of breath. Bend your left knee and place your left hand on it. And with a hand on each knee, circle your knees together in a clockwise direction. 1, and 2, and one more time. 3, lovely. Now hold your left knee with your hands. Exhale, draw it close to you and slide the right leg straight out on the mat with a flexed foot. As we inhale, the left thigh pulls away and the right leg rises to vertical, long and straight. Exhale, lower the leg and bring your left knee with your strong arms into the viscera on the left side, as we did. Syncing your movement with your breathing. giving it your full attention. As we come now to the last one, end of breath, bring your right knee into your right hand, knees close together, circling them in the anti-clockwise direction. 1 and 2 and 3, bringing the knees back close in. Squeeze your legs in, flatten your sacrum into the mat, and then let both feet come to the mat with your knees bent. Oh, and feel your feet land and bring your arms alongside, close to your hips on the mat. Pressing palms down, raise your tailbone and your hips up for a little bridge. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling, lower down. As we did, curl the tailbone, rise in your hips, grounding through the both feet and the hands. The exhale, drawing the low belly and the pelvic floor inwards. Releasing that as we inhale the hips up again. So as we lower, there's a little inward contraction. It's the root lock and the Uddiyana Bandha, which is the navel contracting. One more this way. Very active exhalation as we lower. Continuing the same action with the hips. This inhale, as the hips lift, raise your right arm next to your ear, looking leftwards. And the exhale, lower the arm, face back to center, and the inward contraction at the root and the navel. The next inhale would be the left arm coming up as the hips rise, as we look to the right and lowering down. Right arm, look left. A little hold at the top of the breath, then lower down. Left arm, inhale, rise in the hips. Turning fullness of breath, we're looking right and we're holding the full breath a moment. Exhale, coming back down. We have one more to each side. As the head turns, we hold the breath, lowering. Head comes back to center and we focus on that root lock and navel lock. Squeeze the breath out to release that for the rising hips and the left arm. Inhale. And lower back down on exhale. Good. Now the lower body continues the same movement. This time both arms overhead. Root your feet, raise your hips. And the both arms overhead. So we've got a long side stretch as we hold the full breath. Exhale, lower. Same again. Curl the tailbone up, raise the hips, raise the arms. A little holding at the full stretch, full of breath. And as we lower again, remember root lock, navel lock, as the arms land and release on the landing. One more time. Rise. Hold at full breath. and lower. Good, now we have a little rest. Arms relax, soles of the feet match up, knees wide, soften through the shoulders and gently ease your head left and right to come back to center, to feel the center line and the rising of your inhale from your low belly upwards. And if there's a sense of heat, blow the breath away. Cooling quality of that mouth exhale twice more. Last one. Bring your knees up together. Flatten the sacrum and then take the feet off the floor, knees over hips and shin bones parallel to the mat, arms wide out from your shoulders with the palm facing up. On the exhalation, knees go leftwards, head rightwards. To inhale back to the center line. And then the knees, the hips rightwards as the chin goes towards the left. And so we stay with this, feeling how perhaps we might go a little further over as we exhale back to center and other way. We have one more, yogis, each side. Back to the midline. Leave your knees directly over the hips. Now bring your arms close to your body. And it's the right arm, left leg that extend on the inhale. Hold the stretch as we hold the breath. Exhale, come back to starting place. Left arm, right leg, inhale, stretch. Hold the breath. Exhale, return. Continue with alternating sides, right arm, left leg. At the fullness of breath, there's a little pause, building prana, building energy. Exhale, return. Left arm, right leg. Hold the extension. Feel how that builds your core. Exhale, return. And right arm, left leg. Pause. And return. And our last one, left arm, right leg. And return. Nice. Bring your hands to your knees and draw them in close. Your low back stretches out. Even make some space with a little rocking action. And bring your hands to cup your head. Knees again over the hips. Flattening the sacrum best you can. And we take the cross crawling now. Breath in. Exhale, upper body lifts, right elbow to left knee, while the right leg pedals low to the ground. Bring it back on in. And the left elbow across, while the left leg stretches low to the ground. And inhale back. Now we're focusing on the exhale. The power is in the exhale in the core. Bring it back, inhale. And over we go, left elbow across. And back. So we can do a few more of these. This time, the hold will be at the end of the exhale. So as you're reaching across, hold the empty. Inhale back. Left elbow across, left leg straight. Hold the empty moment. Inhale back. Continue. One more each side. And rest your head down. Let the feet come to the ground. This time the feet wider apart, knees leaning in, palms open, and relax your belly. Soft belly breaths, little pause to feel what's here, to feel what's shifted. Please draw your knees into your chest, holding now behind your thighs. And we're going to roll along the length of the spine, coming up and rolling back. We'll do it 2 or 3 times, finishing up in the boat pose. So in your own timing, roll along your spine. And the next one, come along to boat pose. Woo-hoo. Lift your chest, lift your feet, feel your core and reach your arms. Nice, everyone. Feet to the mat. Hold your knees and pull your spine up to straighten it. And we'll come now to hands and knees. Blocks nearby. So we're going to start with cow-cat, inhaling the chest forward. Exhaling, tuck your tailbone, root lock, navel lock as we look down. Release that as we inhale, chest forward. Exhale, round. Keep going with this, slowing your breath. There are no pauses now. Change is coming up. Here comes the inhale. Now exhale, bring your forearms to the mat and draw your seat towards your feet. Little child's pose. Inhaling, come onto your forearms, lift your chest. In the same action, tuck your tail under and draw back to your heels. So it's the same thing, but we're on the forearms. Inhaling, arch your back. Exhaling, tuck your tail and draw your seat towards, maybe all the way to your heels. And one more time. Inhaling, come to hands and knees. Cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. and cat. Inhale, cow, lifting your right knee up behind. Exhale, knee to nose, and draw your low belly in deeply. Repeating that. Inhale, raise the leg. Knee to nose, exhale. One more time. Stretch the right leg out now, ball of the foot on the mat. Come to your elbows again, parallel forearms. Elbows are under your shoulders. The right leg is straight, and then lift it so it's parallel to the floor. Stay here to breathe, pressing the palms and the wrists down. Two more deep breaths. Keeping the hips level, sending that right leg straight. And on the next exhale, lower your right knee and widen the knees to sit back in child's pose. This time, either make a little pillow with your hands for your brow or rest your hands near your feet and breathe right into your back in this restful place. And we come back to hands and knees. All fours. The left leg now lifts up behind on inhale, chest lifts. Knee to nose, exhale and squeeze your belly and your pelvic floor in. Twice more. So the squeeze is particularly on the left side of your abdomen. Now the left leg is straight, ball of the foot on the mat, level hips. Come down to your forearms. And then raise the left leg parallel to the floor. Breathing here, strong in your hips and your core. And on the exhale, the left knee joins the right knee. And we again widen the knees to sit back in child's pose for 3 luxurious breaths into the back. Back to fours. And back to elbows on the mat, parallel forearms. Press and put some weight into the forearms. Curl the toes under and take your knees up off the mat for forearm action. Two more breaths. Next exhalation, bring the knees down. Come to hands and knees. And let's bring the blocks now, the middle setting of the blocks, under the hands. Looking good, everyone. And take your right leg up. Yep, blocks, good. Middle blocks. And take your right knee up as we did a moment ago. And now step the right foot forward between the blocks, all the way through. Put some weight on the right foot and stretch your left leg straight. Left leg is straight. Hold this shape. Inward attention on the breath. 3 more. So really grounding through that front foot, powered, enlivened back leg. And then the next exhalation, we'll just bring the back knee down. Release the foot and just draw your hips back. So your right leg moves towards straight, adjusting your blocks. They could walk a little closer to you. And now the ease of the right leg stretch. The flow of prana. And please draw now your right knee next to your left. We're back on 4s with the blocks. And we take that same sequence, left leg lifting up. Knee to nose, stepping the foot forward. Ground that left foot, curl your back toe and straighten the right leg. And hold this shape. Inward attention. You might close your eyes, be it with your third eye as we breathe deep. And a slow awareness of pranic flow, sensations, commitment. The next exhalation, the back knee comes down, the toe releases, and we draw the hips back to straighten the left leg. And stay to breathe over your left leg. So much to feel as the muscles move from contracting into stretching. Good. Please bring your left knee next to your right knee. The blocks now go to the side, and we come again to the elbows. This time palms together. And walk your knees back further so that when we curl the toes under, our body is more in a plank position. Instead of hanging your head and looking at the knees, you're now looking at the hands, fired up legs, strong contraction at your belly, little tail tuck, good, and sustain this now for 3 more cycles. The next inhale is a deep one to hold. On exhale, lower your pelvis down, separate your palms, coming into Sphinx pose, adjust your elbows, maybe a little wider, and traction your chest forward, chin low, collarbones broad, shoulders back. Continue the slow, deep breaths. Good. On the exhale, make a little pillow with your hands to rest your forehead and let your whole back relax. And in that relaxation, circulation increases, ease throughout, and feel everything that is here in your body now. Good. Come to hands and knees. Seat towards your heels, extended child's pose. Come forward again with the hips, and this time it's a downward dog. Adjusting your space on the mat. And the knees come up and the feet are close together. Now use your finger pads as much as your wrists. Feet are close together. And now raise your right leg parallel to the mat and hold it there for 3 breaths. And work the exhalation, internal contraction. 2 more. Lowering your right foot. Put the strength and the weight into the right leg as we take the left leg now parallel. Breathing deep, using your core on the exhale. On that third exhale, down comes the foot and down come your knees and down come your elbows, palms in prayer pose. Head relaxes to look towards the knees. Feel this moment. Breath flowing. Good. Now have your knees close together. Take the right leg to the ground, straight. Ball of the foot is on the mat. Take a breath in. On the exhale, your straight right leg lifts. Inhale it back down. Right leg exhales, lift. Keep it long and straight. Inhale is the lowering of the leg. Exhale, lift. We have 2 to go. And last one. Great. And now bring your right knee next to your left knee. Ease your left haunch a little bit with a little yoga of swaying hips. And it's going to feel good now to stretch that left leg straight out. Ball of the foot on the mat. Level hips. Fill up with the breath. Left leg, exhale, lift it up. And inhale slowly down. Exhale, lift. And lower. We have 2 to go. On the exhale, it's a lift. Inhale is the lowering. And exhale, lift. Good. Lower the foot. And then bring the knee in. And take a moment to look at the knees. We're still on the forearms. Now lift your head to look at your hands, which we place flat. Flat hands, like we do in a sphinx. Walk your knees back, curl the toes, and come again into the forearm plank. Now we've got palms flat. Push through the heels. We're here for 3 breaths. The more you fire up your legs, and the more you can bring the crown of your head forward. So we're lengthening the central axis. And the next exhalation, bring your pelvis down. Softening a little bit into the elbows to now rest. Lift your chest. Sphinx pose. 3 breaths in Sphinx. Letting this final inhale be a lovely deep one. Hold the breath. And then make that pillow and have a little lie down and relax. Soften the whole back, soften the core. Let the core of the earth receive you. Now please bring your arms next to your side. Might want to push the blocks forward, directly forward. Palms are down, brow is down, legs are active. Inhale, raise your head, your chest, your right arm and your left leg. Exhale, bring it back, lower your brow. Left arm, right leg, lift up on the in and lower down on the out breath. Alternating sides, right arm, left leg. And left arm, right leg. We have one more each side. Nice, everybody. And this time as you come down, make a pillow for your brow and then relax your back completely. And even as we rest the whole body, let's bring the right knee off the mat to the right in line with the hip and the shin bone parallel to the mat. And we rest here for 3 relaxed breaths. Letting that bent knee, groin soften and relax. Good, bring the leg back, taking your other knee now, level with your hip out, shin bone parallel to the mat, relaxed breath. Feeling everything in your body. Good. Straighten the leg, both legs straight, close together. Can you bring your hands to clasp at your sacrum? Widen the collarbones and the shoulders and lift your chest up off the mat as though your arms are pulling your shoulders back. Pubic bone presses into the mat and lift both legs. Stay here to breathe. So we're balancing now on the core, lifting our limbs off the ground. The final inhale is that deep one to hold. Exhale, make a pillow and relax completely on your tummy. Soften your back, feel the flows. Let go, relax. One more relaxing breath. Now we'll bring the hands next to the shoulders. Press to all fours. And dip your seat, stretch out your back. And come to hands and knees in the middle of your mat. This time it's the right leg parallel to the mat. Toe points down, lift out of your shoulders, pillars for arms. And now as you draw your belly in, send your left arm forward, draw your left thigh slightly back, and breathe. Hold the shape and let the breath flow. Working your core muscles a little deeply with each exhale. We have one more breath. Good. Hand and knee comes back down. And we take second side, the left leg parallel to the mat, level hips, pillars for arms, and the right arm forward. Core active. Breathe deep. On the exhale, the hand and the knee come back down. Ease your wrists anyway. Good. And now we walk the hands forward for a downward dog. And letting your breathing be deep. And now let's walk the feet to the forward end of the mat, coming to a standing forward bend. Parallel feet, slight bend in the knees. Hands to shins as it's like a cobra, shoulders are back. Inhale, raise your chest, flat back. And exhale, fold over your legs. Let's do that 2 more times, lengthening the spine on the inhale. Folding over the legs, exhale, smoothing the movement with your breathing. 1 more time. Now, if your back is vulnerable, bring your hands to your thighs to press up to standing, or root your feet and take your arms wide and overhead. And prayer pose at the heart. Feel this moment. Good. Inhale the arms parallel, slightly forward. Exhale, bend your knees and draw your seat back into a little chair pose. Straighten up, inhale. Maybe a little deeper into the chair pose. Straighten up. And our third chair pose, as deep as feels right for you, where we stay for inhale and exhale. We stay with the legs, elbows wide. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten the arms. Inhale, elbows wide, cactus arms, raise your chest. Exhale, straighten the arms. We have 1 to go. Nice. Breath in, forward fold. On the exhale, legs towards straight. Folding your arms now, a little hang forward to relax. And now reaching for your blocks, the tall blocks, 1 under each hand, and walking your feet back and close together for the flat back position. So we've got support of the blocks. Good. And so what we did kneeling, we'll do now standing. The right leg stretches back. The hip points down, the pillars for arms. Standing knee does not need to be locked. Left arm forward. Now breathe steadily, evenly. Exhale, hand and foot come down, bending the knees. And then just sway your hips or side to side. As we prepare now for second side, flat back. Going to be the left leg now that reaches back. Keeping the hip pointing down, keeping the right thigh drawing back as the right arm reaches forward, keeping your balance and the slow deep breaths. On the exhale, we come down, hand and foot. Bringing your hands now to your knees or shin bones, inhaling to a flat back. Exhaling, folding, and this time we'll inhale to upright, arms overhead. And prayer pose at the heart. Nice, yogis. So let's take a stance in the middle of the mat with your feet a little wider than the hips. Bringing the hands to your hips, shoulders back. Lift your heart. Come forward directly along the midline and let your hands land. Let your arms reach forward and your hips back. Long, slow breaths for the long, slow spine and arms and legs. And walk the hands now so they're underneath your face, bending your left knee. Shift your weight and your hips to the left. Inhale to center, and then shift your hips and bending that right knee. Into center. Over we go. And to center, and over we go. We'll do one more to each side. And as we come back to the center line, ground your feet, either pressing on the thighs to come up or bring your hands to the waist and inhale upright. All the way to upright and standing tall. Good. And raising both arms to parallel, exhale a little side bend to your right. As though we were holding a big ball. Inhale, come up. And we'll do the same to the left. Coming up. And over. And coming up. And over, looking good. This time we come up and then bring that ball into a big sweep and around and back up the other side. And then we take it the other way, exhaling down the other side and back up on the inhale. Good, continue this way. We're going back each time. Lovely big movements of the trunk. One more each side. Last one. Good, and throw the ball away and release your arms alongside. I'm going to widen the feet now, taking triangle pose, so your right leg turns out and your left foot slightly in. Strong, straight legs, wide arms for the inhale, and triangle pose over your right leg. Resting your hand or somewhere on the shin. knee or ankle. And the zenith line with the other arm straight up. Now really ground your feet. Feel free to stay here. Or the bottom arm inhales up, level with the ear, and exhales down. So core has to work for this. Inhale. Exhale. Looking good. One more. Now that bottom hand can rest and the zenith arm comes closer to the ear. And hold it there for 3 breaths. Legs continue to work. On the inhale, we're coming up. And relax the arms. Take a moment to turn the legs the other way. Rooted legs, spreading arms for the breath in. Over we go into triangle pose, first establishing it. The zenith arm is your right arm. Rooted feet to know that you can stay here or pulsing with the bottom arm. Inhale, bring it up and lower it down. The rest of the pose stays as it is, twice more. Good, and so now the bottom arm rests again, the top arm closer to your head, and deepen that side stretch, all the while grounding your feet deeply. And as we ground the feet, we catch the inhale to come upright, relaxing the arms alongside and walking the feet close together to stand tall. Close together in your legs and feet, heart is lifted, gaze lowered, feel this vertical pillar of aliveness. And how the breath flows through, integrating. Good. Please widen your feet. They can be parallel, a little wider than the hips, about triangle width apart. And the arms, so the legs are parallel, the arms parallel with the ground. And we're going to be crossing the midline opposite arm to knee to begin. So take a breath in. Your right arm to your left knee, turn your trunk and inhale back. Other side, your left arm to your right knee and inhale back. So as we go again, you might go a little deeper along the leg, alternating sides, see where you can go to, turning the trunk, finding purchase somewhere on the leg. Good, and so now we go again, right arm to left leg. Now we stay here. So hold on to the leg. If your left shoulder bothers you, bring your arm behind your back and take the chest open in this direction towards your left. Head looks up, right thigh draws back. And then everything stays, but the head looks down. 2 more breaths. Good, and now the up arm comes down as we inhale back to upright. And we take it to the other side. Exhale, twist the torso, find purchase on the leg, and the up arm is going to reach, but more importantly, it's the trunk that's turning. Chest rotating to your right, looking up, grounding both feet, staying as you are, but look down. Keep breathing. Now on exhale, release the arm, come back to upright with the wide arms. The exhale is right down the middle, hands to each knee, shin or ankle, sliding down. Raise your chest and your head for inhale. And the exhale is a deep forward bend, holding your ankles or your calves, crown of the head to the mat. Ease in your neck, flow in your breathing. Now the hands to the mat or the block so we can walk the feet in. Walking your feet in together and roll up to stand. Stand tall in your vertical axis. Feel the gift of yoga that puts us so in the body, and so many thoughts have just disappeared as we are so present in the now moment. Great. With the eyes open now, we widen the legs. We have one more standing pose here. And this time it's going to be the warrior pose. So we're going to the right first. Turn your right leg out, your left heel in, and bend that knee. Great. Root the feet. Spread the arms, looking over your right hand. Holding the shape steady. Feeling how your legs kick in strong. Good. The back arm lowers. Your right arm flips open and rises to vertical. And then reaches back to spread your right ribs. Reverse the warrior. Lovely deep breaths. Good. On the inhale, we'll come back to warrior two. The legs stay working. We go over and bring the forearm to that thigh, and the free arm comes up and over. And deep side stretch now in your left flank. Breathe into it. Put vigor in your pose. Grounding your feet, we inhale back to upright and spin the legs to second side. Setting up for the warrior two, bend the knee. Raise the arms, set the shape, hold it, stabilizing, grounding, and breathing. Moving now into reverse the warrior, so the arm flips to up to vertical and sliding down the back leg, spread into your ribs. Remember, it's a lateral stretch. Good. Come back through warrior two to side angle, forearm to thigh, and now your right arm up and over. Keep your ribs rotating forward. Good. Ground the feet to come to upright. Well done, everyone. Relax your arms and walk your feet back in together. And standing mountain pose in your best posture. Heart lifted, tail drawn under. Grounding and reaching tall through the crown. Connected to the below, to the earth, connected to the above, the cosmos. And breathing into your heart. Heart breath. Slow and deep. Integrating standing poses, the reaching, integrating through the core of the body and the heart. Good. Let's come down onto our backs again. So we're going to come down onto the back and then use the block to support bridge. That we can be in the elevated legs position. You can also go against the wall and raise your legs. And bring your arms close in and let your legs hang in the air. So always feels good after the standing poses to take the weight off the legs. Feel what happens here in a very visceral way. And as we hang here, we begin to lengthen the exhalation. Each exhalation growing longer as your legs hang, as your mind rests in the breath. Your breath now in the 1-2 ratio. Exhale twice as long. Gently let your feet come to the mat. Remove the block. Tuck the tail as you land at center. And once you land, release the buttocks and put your right foot in your right hand, the knee bending down towards the armpit. And if that is doable, we'll do the same with the left foot into the left hand so that we're in a happy baby. The same breath. One more breath here in baby pose. Letting your feet come to the mat and using your feet to shift your hips a little to the right of center, the wide arms as the right leg wraps, and we drop the hips, the knees leftwards. And so this is where we start to really soften the body. Letting go all effort and letting go any particular way of breathing, so that we've dropped into the being breathed mode. Inhale, the knees come back up to take second side. Making sure that you move left of center with your low back, and leaving lots of room for the lower body twist to the right. Good, knees come up. And find the center line. Find your props to settle your body into final relaxation. And before we drop deep, and once you have settled with your props, bring the awareness now to your navel, as though we are a starfish. The sense of the inhale, prana, flowing from your navel up, down, and along your limbs to the extremities. That's the inhale. And how on the exhale, all that prana, that energy, comes funneling back into the well of the navel. Inhaling the outward flow from the navel. Exhale, softening back in. Just one more time. And as the energy flows back in our imagination, back into the well of the navel, see if your body can relax even more deeply, and hand over the breath to be breathing you. All control, all counting, all effort now gone, gone, gone. Awareness again of your breath. Feel free to stay in the relaxed mode or move a little to curl up onto one side, to rest a moment on your side curled in the gratitude moment. And as you're ready, come on up to sit. Hope your body, mind feels integrated and whole. So wonderful to practice with you. Namaste, beautiful yogis.